Three former New Mexico State men's basketball players were found responsible for multiple university sexual misconduct violations, according to an Office of Institutional Equity notice of determination obtained by KTSM this week. KTSM 9 Sports Director Colin Deaver has been following this story since last February and joins us now with the latest details. Colin.
Yes, Stephanie, former NMSU basketball players Kim Aiken Jr., Dr. Bradley, and DeShondre Washington all played for the Aggies last season. Earlier this week, records show that they were all found responsible of violating numerous New Mexico State sexual misconduct policies, including sexual assault and harassment, through a process the trio called humbling. The notice of determination pertains to two separate OIE cases, one reported in late December of 2022 and one that was reported in February of this year that ultimately shut down NMSU's season and resulted in the firing of former head coach Greg Heyer. Now, the trio were being investigated for violating 4 NMSU policies. All 3 were found responsible for violations of 3 categories: sexual harassment, unwelcome conduct, sexual assault, fondling, and for violating NMSU's prohibition of hostile environment sexual harassment. Washington, Aiken, and Bradley were found to not be responsible of sexual assault rape. Now, it's important to note being found responsible of university Title IX violations is not the same thing as being convicted of a crime, though the New Mexico Attorney General's office told KTSM today that the case is still under investigation for potential criminal charges. According to the documents, a 4th former NMSU player was accused of these same 4 violations as Aiken, Bradley, and Washington, but was not found responsible of any of those violations. Therefore, KTSM is not identifying him. The 3 players did not respond to requests for comment by KTSM. The OIE report from last December pertains to a student associated with the men's basketball program. The report from February is related to an $8 million sexual assault and hazing lawsuit that was settled by NMSU with former players Deuce Benjamin and Shakir Odunewu, as well as Deuce's father William Benjamin, in June. Now, OIE interviewed over 40 witnesses during its investigation of the case. The decision maker ruled that Aiken, Bradley, and Washington should not be eligible to re-enroll or rejoin the NMSU community in any capacity, and that the school should evaluate any remaining entanglements with them to ensure a permanent separation. The report describes Washington as the, quote, ringleader of these so-called humblings that the report states occurred most often from November to January, with Aiken and Bradley there to help him if victims resisted. The report details many of the same allegations made in the lawsuit released in the spring. Documents show that the, quote, humbling typically meant forcing individuals to expose their private parts and perform tasks like jumping jacks and squats in view of other people. It also would include at times the fondling of genitalia, among other heinous acts. And for Jolene Youngers, the attorney for Deuce Benjamin during the lawsuit filed last spring, this OIE report is further proof of what went on at NMSU last season.
This just is not a simple case of hazing gone bad. It's much more than that. And in this final decision of the Title IX hearing officer, we don't see a focus on hazing. We see a focus on much more serious claims, much more serious wrongs. It's really vindication. The findings support the allegations in the lawsuit.
Since Aiken, Bradley, and Washington are no longer enrolled at New Mexico State, the school is unable to discipline the trio, but the decision maker said in the report that the conduct would warrant expulsion if they were still enrolled, which brings us to an important point. Bradley is now currently enrolled and listed as a member of the Nichols State basketball roster. That's a Division I program in the Southland Conference. Despite last spring's lawsuit and the findings of this OIE report, numerous attempts to contact Nichols State coaches and officials for comments have been unsuccessful. We'll dive into that and much more regarding this story in our later newscast. Stephanie.